back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my based makeup routine. Not so much the eye makeup, I did a separate video for that, but I wanted to show you guys like a based makeup routine that I normally use when it comes to foundation, concealer, and my powders, my blushes, and all of that. I really wanted to show you guys like a full through makeup based routine that I've been going to for like any occasion. So since we are in the holidays and everybody is trying to look at their best, I really wanted to share with you guys the products that I use that I really love and show you guys like my routine as far as like my base makeup. So if you guys are interested in this type of video and you guys will love to see how I achieve my flawless based makeup look, then please continue watching. This video, like I said, is only going to be just fully based on the base of my makeup. I am just going to show you guys like my go-to makeup routine that's just the base, which is the foundation, concealer, all the stuff that I use like when I really want my makeup to like last and look really flawless. I feel like because right now a lot of us are going to holiday parties and you know New Year's is coming, I feel like I wanted to give you guys like an updated base makeup routine. I just wanted this to be fully based on the base, and this is what I do for my base, if that makes sense. So like I always do before I do any of my makeup, I always go in with a really good moisturizer. My moisturizer is in my bathroom. I do that right after the shower. I just moisturize my neck, moisturize my hands, moisturize my face. It's like a morning routine, before makeup routine, before bed routine. I am gonna go in with my favorite Milani primer, which is the SPF BFF. This one is my favorite. I think I mentioned it too many times already. You guys are probably like, girl, try something new. But when you like something, you guys, and you guys enjoy it, don't feel the need to change it up just because there's so many different things coming out like every single hour. Do what you feel works for you, because I feel like the minute I start switching I start switching things up on my routine, I start hating the way my makeup looks. So I always just try to go back to like what I know works for me, especially when you're going to an occasion or a party or something, a holiday party. You kind of want to stick with what you know. Don't go trying different things because it can get really messy really quick. I let that kind of sit on my face. I did my brows already. I think I kind of messed them up. I've been really trying, you guys, to get in a different routine of my brows. I really want to do like the feathery brows, like, you know, what's in, but I have brows that are really long, so I trimmed them, and I think I just ruined the hell out of my eyebrows, like, to be really honest. I just went in and like trimmed the top. My eyebrows were so long. It was disgusting. I was like, what is this? I don't know. Maybe someday in 2023 I'll get down with the feathery brows, but not today. So I'm gonna let that sit. I did prime my under eyes with some concealer. I did go in a little bit with some Neutrogena Color Correct. I am gonna go into a little bit more just because I really feel like my skin, my under eyes are looking really tired today. And I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. brush, and I'm just gonna blend that in right under my eye just to kind of conceal under there a little bit, kind of hide those dark circles. I feel like when I do this, like my concealer just looks a little bit more bright, and I don't look like I have any darkness under there, like no grayish. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with some of this e.l.f. putty primer right here. I like to use this one when I'm really trying to like cover up like some pores. Right here is where I intend to have more pores, like around my cheek area, right here, my nose, and all that right there, kind of in that area. I just go a little bit around, but that's kind of where like I like to get a lot of my like pores to like kind of just look like they're gone. And then I am gonna apply some up here just to kind of even it out. But I don't put a whole lot of this. I just kind of go in to cover like what I need. Like, see, that looks already good. We should be done. I think I'm gonna show you guys like what I have been loving as far as like a good matte foundations. I am more combination skin, not too dry, not too oily. I'm right in the middle, but I feel like throughout the day my makeup can tend to get a little oily if I use any oily products under my skin. I like to go in with like a more mattifying type of foundation, so I like to use the One Size or the Born This Way matte. Today I'm gonna go in with the Born This Way matte because the color is darker than what I normally would go for, but I like that because like the flashback. This doesn't give me any flashback. Okay, this one's good, but I like this one because I am gonna go in with a really bright concealer, so you guys will see. So let's go ahead and apply this. And I don't do like a whole lot, even though this may look like a whole lot. I'm just gonna dab it in. I love this foundation, you guys. Like this one, I always tend to go back to for that full coverage. It's a really good foundation in my opinion. I feel like if you are oily skin, this is definitely a good foundation. And the color, obviously, I feel like it's really a good color for me. I am in the shade Warm Beige. I like this color. I feel like it matches me perfectly. I feel like it's not too like dark and it's not too light. It's like perfect. And sometimes when I feel like I added just a little bit too much product, I just go in my hand and I just kind of smear the foundation on there just to get rid of the excess. And then I just go back in. And sometimes that could be the reason why your foundation is cracking on your face or throughout the day. It just starts to look a little cakey. It's because you put too much product. So you just want to remove the product on your hand, or if you have like a little towel next to you, just remove the product and try to blend what you have on your skin. I was noticing that in the past, like I would just like look like, oh, what is going on? Why does my skin look so cakey? It will be because I put too much product on. And press it into your skin, okay? Don't do this, don't smear it up. Just kind of press it into your skin so you can get all that coverage in there. I don't know about you guys, but do you guys feel like this year a lot of foundations came out? I don't know. I feel like so much foundations came out, like the NARS, like they kind of reformulated their products, and then one size, and then some like drugstores. Like I just feel like there was so many foundations that came out. I got a little overwhelmed in all of the makeup, to be really honest, even though there are a few items that I do want to try still. The only thing that I do like with my makeup sometimes is like a hydrating concealer, just because it doesn't tend to look really drying under the eye. I'm just gonna bring that down. Get rid of this chin. Look at this is a double chin right here. You need to go away. Okay, so once we like press that into the skin, just like that, I am gonna grab this damped beauty sponge and I'm just going to press it in. And just kind of like this, to me, just kind of locks it in, you guys. Like it just really gives me less cakiness throughout the day or night, whatever you're doing. I feel like my makeup just lasts so good the less product I have and the matte foundation that I'm using. I just feel like it looks good. So on this part here, sometimes I cream contour, sometimes I don't. When I'm going out and I'm doing something, I like to cream contour first. So I'm not gonna use a whole lot, but I am just gonna use this a little bit. But I don't use a lot because I feel like my bronzer kind of does that for me. And I'm just gonna use brush. Sometimes I go in between this brush, which is from BH Cosmetic, they both are. So I think for this, I am gonna use this one because I like this brush. I feel like it reminds me of the Real Techniques brush. And I just kind of like chisel that in and just kind of get a little bit of that coverage. Just make sure it's blended in there. We're not looking for a contour, we're just warming up the face, because when I do put bronzer, I feel like it just lasts a little bit longer. And for concealer, I am gonna go in with my favorite concealer. Oh my god, this one took the cake for me this year. Forever Skin Correct Dior. This concealer, you guys, like I don't even remember when I got this concealer, but I know I've had it for a while. I want to say I've had it for like a good like majority of the year because it's so good. I love it. It's just a really good concealer. It gives like the perfect amount of coverage. I just sometimes just use just a concealer on its own and call it a day. I don't use no foundation. But I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit. But this concealer, guys, is so lightweight, so blendable, so beautiful. It does so much coverage. It's not too matte, it's not too drying. It's like the perfect combination. I love it. You guys have to try that concealer. It's bomb. I don't even know if it's that pricey. I think it was like $30 some. at Sephora, if I'm not mistaken. I got it a long time ago, so I don't even remember. It's lasted me so long. So once I let that kind of dry, so I have this brush right here that's more dense. This one is a concealer brush that I use. Actually, you could use it for a face shaping brush. That's what it's called, like for your face. I think this is to like precise contour. I use it for my under eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend this right under my eye and just dab it in. I feel like if I let the concealer sit a little bit, it gives me more better coverage. So I just kind of, so I typically just only put concealer, that concealer under my eye, but you're more than welcome to put it up here or down here if you have like darkness. I would recommend you guys color correct in your darkness areas. Like if you have darkness around your lips, definitely color correct and then concealer, because that can definitely help bring out like the brightness of your concealer. Okay, so once I do that, I would be done there if I was just doing my makeup like on a regular day. But I am gonna go in with this Revlon Candid Fatart. Yeah, is it Candid? Yeah, this Revlon Candid concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit. It's a very light concealer and I'm placing it right there because I want a more brighter under eye. And I'm gonna let that kind of sit for a second. I also love the NYX one. This one is a good one. I go in between these two right here, like the Dior or the NYX, it's either or. So once it kind of sits for like a good 30 seconds or something, I kind of just go in and blend it under my eye. And I use it for like a lifter. I kind of drag it up. So I want that really nice like awakened look. But once I do that, like I feel like the base of my makeup looks great. I love it. I am going to set my under eye. Now the only thing that I've been using to set, I don't bake anymore. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury powder in the color Fair. This one is just like my favorite powder to use under my eyes when it comes to baking. And I am gonna go in with this little powder puffer. I don't know what they call these things. I do want to get the e.l.f. one. I heard the e.l.f. has a good one. And I'm just gonna grab some product right here and I'm going to set right under my eye. Make sure you have no creases too. Like just make sure you go right under there and you just get that out. And I'm just going to press. You can go in with any powder that you love. You know, this is just what I've been using. This is what I love to use. This powder is so good. I feel like I like it because it really does do some coverage and it also does set really nicely. Like it doesn't let my fine lines like crease. I hate when I see any creasing under my eye. Like it makes me frustrated. Okay, so once I set under my eyes, that's what it looks like. But I do grab a little bit and I just kind of go over the areas that I kind of want, you know, some coverage for me to set my face. I do go in with this powder or I'll go in with the Sephora foundation powder. Yeah, one or the other. This one's here though, so I'm just gonna use this one, but I love this one to do that with. Okay, once the whole base is done, I am gonna spray with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Not a lot, just a little bit, just to kind of have everything kind of like blend in. Just let that sit for a second while I look for my bronzer I'm gonna use. I have my NARS Laguna, and then I also have my Milani, which is in the color Suntan. These are like the two bronzers that like I go back and forth with. So I think I'm going to use my Milani one just because I've been loving this one. And like I said, use the products that you love and that you've been using. The NARS one is good, but I think I'm gonna use that after. So I'm just gonna grab it on this brush. And try not to bring your bronzer like down here. Try to just keep it upward so you can get that like lifted. Good. And then just kind of, I don't put too much up here, so I'm just gonna kind of lightly put it on my head. Sometimes I look at my videos and I notice that like I get too crazy on my bronzer. I have one spot right here. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's like super dark. A long time ago, I even forgot that this happened to me. I was talking to my mom about it when I was a little girl, I think a spider bit me and I had this huge bump like right here. This is story time now. And I had to get that like removed by a doctor. They had to pop it, squirted the pus. Oh, it's so gross. But anyways, I scarred and I have this darkness right here. And my mom was looking at my head the other day, well, actually a while ago. And I completely forgot, but she was like, oh, you still have that little dark spot there from that time you got bit by a spider. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, I forgot. Like, I forgot that that even happened to me. So now I know, like, why I have that dark spot right there. A little story time. And then once I do that, I am going to use a precise, like, brush. You can use any brush that you use to contour. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the product here. I'm just gonna contour my nose just to give me a little cute little button nose. I actually really love my nose. I know that's weird to say, right? It's not weird to say. That I like my nose. I love my nose. My mom always like, oh, you have your dad's nose. I'm like, sure. I love my nose though. So when I contour, I really don't feel like I like to change the shape of it. I just like a little something just to kind of like bring in the, because I like to drag it up here with the eyeshadow. And I feel like it just kind of looks, I don't know, just feel like it goes together. Is that weird? I feel like once I do that, I debate on an actual like blush. There's been a few blushes that I've been trying to get my hands on. Every time I go to the store, they're sold out. But I'm gonna go with the ones that I love and I use. I am going to use this e.l.f. one, which is a pretty like pinkish color. And I'm gonna use a stippling brush for my blush. I know that's weird, right? But I've been liking how it looks with this brush. So I'm just gonna go up here and just kind of dust it on my skin. And I just try to keep this blush like to the top of my face. I don't really like to come downwards. I like to keep it upwards with my bronzer, just so that way the face stays looking snatched and lifted. Okay, so once you do that, I just get a little bit of that and I just kind of dust it kind of on the top just to kind of give me a little flush look. If you feel like you went in just a little too hard on the blush on the nose, just kind of dust it off. That's what I do with the excess powder you used. Once we do that, perfect. We're doing great, ladies. We're doing great. I am going to use some of this Wet n Wild. I'm gonna go in with the blush side highlighter, and I just grab some and I just kind of go on top. I feel like it gives like a little sheen to the face, just a little bit. Once we do that, once that's done, we go with the highlighter. And this one is in Sparkling Peach, I don't know. And this is my favorite one, you guys. I have this for so long. I've only hit pan in that one little area right there, but I love it so much. Like, I think it's such a good, I don't even put a lot on my nose, to be honest, but I think it's such a good like highlighter. It's so like beautiful and effortless. It looks just really good on the face. It doesn't like overdo the highlighter, and that's what I think I love about it. I think this is it, you guys. I think we are done. Let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be right back. Guys, this is it. I went ahead and I filmed this makeup look right here, the eye makeup. So this is the base makeup look right here, you guys. This is what I typically would use for like any occasion, birthday parties, Christmas parties, any occasion, New Year's, you name it. This is the type of makeup look I will be doing as far as like my base makeup routine. I feel like this just lasts me so long. I am going to show you guys that I also use the Maybelline Make It Last setting spray. This one right here has been my try and true forever. I love this stuff. I really feel like it makes my foundation last and my makeup just last a really long time. So I love that spray. So I went ahead and I sprayed that as well. But yeah, this is like the base makeup routine that I normally always go to. So I hope this helped you guys out. I will link everything in the description box below so you guys can check out what I used. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so every time I upload a video, you guys are notified. And I will see you guys on the next video very soon. Mwah.